Prepping isn't just about stockpiling supplies or learning new skills, it's about having a plan. Without direction, your efforts can become scattered, leaving you vulnerable in the moments that matter most. The ability to set clear, actionable goals is the most important prepping skill you can develop. And today, we're going to show you how to create achievable objectives that will make your preparedness journey more efficient and effective. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We're committed to bringing you the best prepping tips, strategies, and insights to keep you and your family safe in any situation. Let's dive in. Why goal setting matters in prepping. Prepping without goals is like driving without a destination. Sure, you're moving, but where are you going? A lot of preppers fall into the trap of buying gear or supplies without a clear plan, thinking, I'll figure it out when the time comes. But in an emergency, you won't have the luxury of time or flexibility. Goals give you a framework. They help you identify your priorities, allocate resources wisely, and measure your progress. Without goals, you might end up over-preparing for unlikely scenarios while neglecting more realistic threats. For example, why stock up on snowstorm gear if you live in a hurricane-prone area? Goals also prevent burnout. Prepping can feel overwhelming, especially when you think about all the potential scenarios you're trying to prepare for. Goals break the process into manageable steps, making it easier to stay focused and motivated. Start with a vision. Every great plan starts with a vision. Ask yourself, what are you preparing for? Your answer will shape your entire approach. Some preppers focus on short-term events like natural disasters, hurricanes, wildfires, or earthquakes. Others prepare for long-term scenarios like economic collapse, grid failure, or societal unrest. Maybe you're prepping for a combination of threats. Your vision should reflect your personal situation. Do you live in an urban or rural area? What's your budget? How many people are you prepping for? These factors will influence your priorities. For example, an urban prepper might prioritize bug-out plans, urban navigation skills, and water filtration systems. A rural prepper might focus on sustainable food sources, alternative energy, and self-sufficiency skills like gardening or animal husbandry. Write down your vision. Be as detailed as possible. This is your why, and it will serve as your compass throughout your prepping journey. Setting SMART goals. Once you have your vision, it's time to turn it into actionable goals. This is where the SMART method comes in. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's break it down. Specific. Your goals need to be clear and precise. Saying, I want to store food is too vague. Instead say, I want to store 3 months worth of non-perishable food for my family of 4, focusing on calorie-dense options. Measurable. How will you track your progress? Instead of saying, I'll build a first aid kit, say, I'll assemble a first aid kit with at least 30 essential items, including bandages, antibiotics, and a tourniquet. Achievable. Be realistic. If you're on a tight budget, aiming for a full year's worth of supplies might not be feasible right away. Start smaller, like a 1-month supply, and work your way up. Relevant. Your goals should align with your specific vision. If you're in a drought-prone area, storing water and developing filtration methods should take precedence over prepping for snowstorms. Time-bound. Set a deadline. For example, I'll complete my 2-week emergency water storage within the next 2 months. Deadlines create urgency and help you stay on track. Using the SMART method helps ensure that your goals are realistic and actionable, giving you a solid foundation to build upon. Prioritizing your goals. Now that you have a list of SMART goals, it's time to prioritize. Not all goals are created equal, and in a real emergency, some needs are more critical than others. Focus on the basics first: water, food, shelter, and safety. Here's how you can prioritize your prepping efforts. 1. Water. Humans can only survive 3 days without water. Make water storage and purification your top priority. Start with the goal of storing 1 gallon per person per day for at least 2 weeks. Research portable filtration systems, water purification tablets, and rainwater harvesting techniques. 2. Food. Once you've secured water, move on to food. Start with a 2-week supply of non-perishable items like canned goods, rice, beans, and freeze-dried meals. Over time, expand to a 3-month supply, and don't forget to include a variety of nutrients. 3. Shelter and security. Evaluate your home's vulnerabilities and make improvements where needed. This might include reinforcing doors and windows, installing security cameras, or creating an emergency evacuation plan. 4. Medical supplies and skills. Build a comprehensive first aid kit and take the time to learn basic first aid and CPR. Medical emergencies can happen at any time, and the ability to respond effectively could save a life. 5. Energy and power. What will you do if the grid goes down? Consider alternative energy sources like solar panels, generators, or portable power banks. Start small, maybe with a solar-powered phone charger, and gradually invest in larger systems. By focusing on these core areas first, you'll cover the essentials and create a strong foundation for more advanced prepping later on. Creating a roadmap. Once you've identified your priorities, it's time to create a roadmap. A roadmap is essentially a step-by-step plan that breaks your goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. For example, if your goal is to build a 3-month food supply, your roadmap might look like this. 1. Research calorie needs and dietary preferences for your family. 2. Create a shopping list of non-perishable, long-lasting foods. 3. Set a monthly budget for food storage. 4. Purchase food items in bulk, focusing on sales and discounts. 5. Organize your pantry to maximize space and ensure proper rotation. A roadmap keeps you organized and ensures that every step you take brings you closer to your ultimate goal. Plus, it makes the process feel less overwhelming. Tracking progress and staying organized. Tracking your progress is crucial for staying on top of your prepping goals. Use tools like spreadsheets, apps, or even a simple notebook to log your achievements. For example, you can track how much water you've stored, the expiration dates of your food items, or the skills you've learned. Keeping an inventory of your supplies is also essential. Knowing what you have and what you still need prevents overbuying or neglecting critical gaps. Regularly review and update your inventory to account for usage, expiration, and new additions. Adapting to change prepping isn't static. Life changes, and so do your needs. Maybe you've moved to a new location with different risks, added a new family member, or identified new threats. That's why it's essential to evaluate and adapt your goals regularly. Set aside time every few months to reassess your objectives. Are your goals still relevant? Are you making progress? What new challenges have emerged? For example, if a recent natural disaster affected your area, you might need to update your evacuation plan or stockpile specific supplies. Flexibility is key. The ability to adapt ensures that your preparedness plan remains effective no matter what life throws your way. Overcoming common obstacle. Prepping comes with its fair share of challenges. Maybe you're working with a tight budget, limited space, or skepticism from friends and family. The good news is there are solutions to almost every obstacle. Budget constraints. Prepping doesn't have to be expensive. Focus on free or low-cost activities like learning new skills, repurposing items you already have, or taking advantage of sales and discounts. Limited space. If you're short on space, get creative with storage. Use under-the-bed containers, stackable bins, or even hollow furniture to maximize your storage capacity. Skeptical friends and family. If your loved ones don't see the value in prepping, focus on leading by example. Share your progress and explain how prepping provides peace of mind, not paranoia. Over time, they might come around. Staying motivated. Prepping is a long-term commitment, and it's easy to lose motivation, especially when progress feels slow. That's why celebrating small victories is so important. Did you complete your first aid kit? Check off a food storage milestone? Learn a new survival skill? Celebrate those achievements, no matter how small they seem. They're all steps toward becoming more prepared. You can also stay motivated by connecting with other preppers. Join online forums, attend local meetups, or follow prepping communities on social media. Sharing your journey and learning from others can keep you inspired and focused. Involving your family. Prepping is a team effort, especially if you're preparing for a household. Involve your family in the process to share the workload and build a sense of unity. Kids can help with inventory, packing go bags, or learning basic skills like fire starting or knot tying. Spouses or partners can take on specific responsibilities, like managing finances or researching new strategies. When everyone works together, prepping becomes a shared goal, not a solo burden. Plus, involving your family ensures that everyone knows the plan and can act confidently in an emergency. The bigger picture. At its core, prepping is about empowerment. It's about taking control of your situation and ensuring that you and your loved ones are ready for whatever comes your way. Setting goals isn't just a practical step, it's a mindset shift. When you have a clear vision and actionable objectives, prepping becomes less about fear and more about confidence. You'll know that every step you take brings you closer to safety, resilience, and self-reliance. So, what's your next step? Take some time today to think about your vision. Write it down, turn it into SMART goals, and create a roadmap to achieve them. Remember, prepping isn't about perfection, it's about progress. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We've got plenty more tips and strategies to help you stay ready for anything. Until next time, stay prepared, stay focused, and stay safe.